Thanks for joining class today. We are using a foam roller and a pillow. Have fun.
You're gonna grab your foam roller, and if you have a short one, that's okay too. You're gonna put it up against a wall. There we go. So just lifting the arms. When you lift the arms to the ceiling, find your lats, the connection to the side here, and keep that connection, lift the arms as high as you can. Feels a little bit different here than when we do it when you're actually lying on your back. 2 more times like this. One more. Now you're going to turn this movement into a circle where you lift up. You'll open the arms out, down towards the hips, and back in front of you. To open. Good. Trying to keep your ribs and your sacrum on the foam roller at all times. If you notice that when the arms come up, your ribs come off the foam roller, you're just reaching too high, so just reach a little bit lower and open the arms. Good. One more. And reversing. As you reverse, see if you can make this movement come from your elbows. So you're getting the movement from the elbows. Your fingers could reach long, or you can let your hands relax. Whatever helps you stay connected to your back through your hands is fine. 3 more times. That one was weird for me. Last one. And let your arms hang, thumbs forward. Let's readjust so that the sacrum is heavy and pressing against the foam roller. The ribs are pressing, and so is your head. You are only going to go as far forward, holding onto your legs, as your sacrum can stay in that spot. So, growing tall, hands are here. You begin rounding forward, abs stay drawing in. Round forward as far as your sacrum can stay in place, which for me is about right here, right now when I'm standing. Reach, 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 and then pull yourself back onto the foam roller. Let's do that 2 more times. Rounding forward as far as your sacrum can stay in place. Draw the abs in, squeeze the outside of the glutes. Reach, reach, reach. Pull back up. Try to keep space between your ribs and your hips as you round down and forward. Reach, 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 and back up. And now, we get to put the foam roller away. Yay! Well, not away, but away from the wall. Put your feet about hip width apart. And your shoulders open as much as you can, nose straight for the ceiling. You want lots of space for your throat. Then from here, take the arms up and above the head, and then back down towards the mat. It feels a little bit different when you are on your back than when you're standing. Good. So leading from the elbows up overhead as far as the arm can stay connected to the lat on each side. 3 more times. 2. And once more. Opening the arms to circle them down. And back up. Again, doing this movement from the elbows. 3 more times, going up, out to T, down to the hips, back up, last 2, and once more.
the top, reversing the circle. Circling as big as you can keep your arms connected to your back. Feeling like your shoulder blades are trying to take up space behind you. 3 more. 2. And 1 more. Good. Place the hands down by the hips and actually down on the mat. Keep your shoulders really wide. And then you're going to take take both feet into center first. Then take one leg up towards tabletop where you keep your foot connected to the opposite knee. And you're just going to press the foot into the knee and squeeze through the glutes. Take an inhale and hold. And as you exhale, lower the leg. You're going to switch sides. Inhale, bring the leg up, hold for a second. You can start exhaling, and towards the end of the exhale, the leg can come back down. The inhale brings the leg up. The exhale holds the leg there, and at the end of the exhale, lower the leg down. Again, switch. Three more on each side. Two more. Keep your hands and your forearms firmly pressing down into the mat to help you stabilize your upper back. If your hips are shifting from side to side, engage the outside of the glutes a little bit more. Your spank muscles. Like if you're wearing Spanx. One more, or compression shorts, anything along those lines. Good. Let's use a foam roller to help ourselves prop up for some side kicks and side stretches. So place the foam roller where it feels like your spine is going as tall as it possibly can. Like right now I'm in a place where it feels like I'm starting to curve my spine up. That's a little too low on my ribs. So if you're feeling that way, just kind of change to when your elbow is down and your hips are stacked, you feel like your spine is in a straight line as tall as it possibly can be. So just kind of move it around to where you need it to be. Lengthen through your neck. At any point that you need to, you should be able to take your arm off and still keep that straight line. That's how connected I want you to be through your body. Take the other arm up. And your feet slightly in front of you towards the front of the mat. You're going to take the top leg up, and we're going to start pointing and flexing. When we point, you want to feel like you're reaching long, and when we flex, you want to feel like the heel and the back of the leg reach away from you. Like you're pushing the wall away with the ball of the foot, and then the toes, the ball of the foot, and then the heel, ball of the foot, and then the toes, ball of the foot, and then the heel. 2 more times like that. Oops, I lost it. 1 more. Then you're going to point the foot, reach the leg back as far as you can. Let's hold it here. You're going to feel your glute work. As soon as you feel that engagement, little pulses, just little tiny pulses, encouraging that engagement through the side of the glute. And then if you smile, you may think of a happy thought, and that's always fun to do during this time. 3 more. And then bring the leg slightly forward, still behind the other one. Continue pointing and then pulsing again 10 times. And And then bring the leg in alignment with the other one, internally rotating. The foot is flexed this time, like you're pushing the heel away. Lower the toe to barely touch the bottom toe. Lift the heel away. And again, lower. Lift the heel away. 4 more. And if you're like, wow, this is really like working through my side, you could focus on that, or you could think of the color green. I don't know. I have a green ball in front of me. That was the first thing that came to mind. Or of a purple owl, which is nice. So we want to place the foam roller somewhere where it helps you keep your spine completely straight. Your feet in front of the mat, or towards the front of the mat, whatever works better to help you stabilize. There you go. That's a good spot for me. Then once you find that spot where your spine is nice and straight, you're going to lift that top leg and you'll start pointing away and pulling back in. It's ball of the foot, toes. Toes pull back, ball of the foot pulls back, heel pushes. Ball of the foot pushes, toes push. Good. Knee and pressing out. And back forward. Like you're constantly pushing the wall away. Which I happen to have a wall, so that's kind of nice. Couple more. Last 3. 2. And last 1. Good. So now stay pointed. Reach that leg back until you feel the glute engage. Then you'll start little pulses. And if you're like, wow, I did not sign up for this today, I'm feeling the same way, so don't worry about it. Good. Then bring the leg slightly forward, same thing, 10 times, little pulses up and down. Until you think you've reached 10 if you weren't counting. Then once you've gotten to about 10, the legs are going to match up, the foot will be flexed. You're going to lower the toe to barely touch the big toe and then lift through the heel. Then you lower and you lift. And if I remember correctly, we did 6 on the other side. And if I remember incorrectly, apparently I just want to do 6 on this side, so we're going to do 6. So we have 1 more. Good. And then you can bring that leg forward for your stretch. Okay. When you sit yourself up, I want you to grab onto a pillow. Could not remember what that was called. I wanted to call it a towel. You're going to sit on that. His life is really tough. Let's start in a butterfly stretch. Take one leg out. Maybe towards the end of the foam roller where the entire foot is pressed down and the knee's pretty close to you where you can hold on to it. The other foot, you can bring it in closer. So if you're in your butterfly right here, you just bring it in a little bit closer to kind of stabilize, and it's nice to have something underneath you. Then you keep your foam roller nearby. That leg stays pressing into the ground until you feel the hamstrings work. You'll begin hinging forward with the flat back and then controlling back up. If that's uncomfortable for your hip, you can walk your leg out a little bit and try it again. And again, pressing out and back in. And look for a place now, since you've gone out a couple of times, I want you to look for a place now where your foot can stay on the ground, but maybe it might be out a little bit. I mean, that's probably too much, but maybe it's not super close up. It might be out a little bit where When you are going forward, you feel a stretch through the back of the leg as well, not just through the front. If you find that spot, we stay there. Hinching forward with a flat back, and then coming back up. One more time, hinching forward with a flat back, and then coming up. And now imagine like there's a little hole in front of you that you're going to dive into. You tuck your chin and you reach the crown of the head into it. You dive all the way in towards it, and then you dive yourself back out of it. And 2 more times, diving towards it and back out of it. Once more. Good. From here, this leg will straighten. We're going to point and flex the foot. As you push with your hands, sit yourself up as tall as you can. Flat back to go forward. And flat back to come up. 2 more times, flat back to go forward. Flat back to come up. You're lightly rolling over the foam roller to keep space between your ribs and your hips. Let's pull that leg in, like you're doing your butterfly stretch. This is what it looks like. And you're going to take your leg out to the side. This one can pull in until you feel like you're in a comfortable position to bring your foam roller in front. And then you'll go forward and back, just kind of small range for the first couple. Then you'll start testing out taking this leg to different angles until it feels like it's a nice stretch for this leg through the back, maybe through the front a little bit. Just where it feels good overall to you. Then we really connect to our backs with our arms. We stay light on the foam roller with a flat back, go forward. And with a flat back, pull back up. You can put a little bit of pressure into the foam roller when you're coming up to feel your lats work. Again, rolling forward and then pulling up. Good, that'll also help you lengthen more between the ribs and the hips. One more, this might be a bonus. I lost track because I was imagining muscle stretching. Good, and now we're gonna dive forward. So you'll tuck your chin in to round forward. And then stacking the spine back up. Again, round yourself forward. This one's like you're diving into a black hole, apparently, to what I'm seeing. Then we're gonna stand tall, take the leg out, and point and flex through that foot. If you notice that you're kind of like me and you're just kind of sinking in your stance because it's easy, use your hands to push down into the foam roller to help you reconnect to your back. We're going to go forward with a flat back and pulling up with a flat back. Again, forward with a flat back and back up. Once more like this. To dive forward, tucking the chin in, round and pull up. 2 more times, wide shoulders and back up. But I think we did a bonus one on the other side because I started imagining things. So just in case, let's do one more. And if we didn't, then we just get to do one more anyway. Good, both legs out. We're just gonna use your foam roller to help you stabilize right here. We'll point and flex the feet 5 times. As you point and flex, squeeze the glutes, sit nice and tall as you can be. Take the left hand to the center, right one on top. Push into the foam roller, sit as tall as you can. Lift your right arm to the ceiling, like your elbow reaches for the ceiling, then your fingers reach for the ceiling. As you push into the foam roller with the other hand, begin to lean to the side. As far as you push into the arm, then you pull yourself back up. We do that 4 more times. Push down to lean towards the side, and then we push to pull ourselves back up. 3 more. Push to lean nice and tall on ears, and up towards the ceiling. 2 more or 1 more?
Whatever you say.
1 more. Let's do the other side. So let's bring that arm down to switch sides. Good. Arm goes to the ceiling. Keep pressure into it to lean to the side as this one reaches. And back up. Good. And again, lengthening. Only as far as this arm can stay connected to the back. Apparently, I have difficulty on this side, so my range is a little bit smaller, and that's okay. Let's try a few more times until it feels even to the other side, or if you happen to notice that you need a few extra ones, do a few extra ones. If you're like, I have done my 5 or 6, you are done, I'm going to do 1 more. Good. Foam roller underneath knees. You lie into your back, have lots of space for your throat, no straight for the ceiling. Shoulders open. Let's pull the right knee in. Grab onto the knees. Let the left leg go straight for the ceiling. Good, nose up. Keep the foot pointed, lower down as far as you're comfortable, holding on to the opposite knee. And then control back up towards the ceiling, maybe above you a little bit. And again, reaching the leg away, still pointing as far as you can, keeping the right knee in the same spot the entire time, or whatever knee is into your chest. And then back up. 2 more, lengthening the leg away. And once more. Now that leg is going to start bicycling, where you'll lengthen the leg as far out as you just did. Then you'll bend the knee, trying to reach your toes towards the mat, as close to the glute as possible, the knee into the chest as close as you can, straightening and reaching out again. So it's a really big bicycle that you reach for the ground. You drag the heel in, knee comes in, straighten your leg, and reach away. 3 more times. Two. Going to whatever range feels best for you. Trying to keep that knee really close as you straighten through it. Then once you finish your last one, you're going to reverse. From the knee being in, keep the heel close to the glute, drop the toes down to the mat as close as you can. Then it's like you're trying to scrape your toes, or not scrape, but at least hover them over the mat as far out as possible to straighten. Kick straight up and over, knee close to you, heel to the glute, toes to the ground, toes away from the body, straight leg up and over. Good. Once you get the pattern open through the chest, connect your arms to your back. Keep pulling that foot and that knee in. 1 more. And then switching sides. Left knee in or switch sides. Good. Other leg straight up. Foot is pointed. Begin lowering down as far as you can, keep the other knee into the chest, elbows wide, arms connected to the back, and then leg kick straight up, overhead. And then again, away from the body, and straight up, overhead, and away from the body, and straight up, and ahead. Once more like this. And then as the leg reaches away, the knee will bend to pull the toes in, heel close to the glute, knee in towards the chest and to the other, towards the other arm, straightening that leg to reach the leg away, bending to pull through, lift, straighten, reach, keeping the arms connected to the back, and using your arms to pull the knee closer into the chest. One more time. And then when your knee comes back into the chest, reverse. Into the reverse, the heel stays in, toes reach for the ground, away, straight leg, up and over. Last two. And one more. Both knees into the chest. Pull the knees in with your hands, elbows wide. And you can stay here or you can take your hands to the heels to continue that sensation of pulling in tight. Breathing into the back and drawing the abs in away from the thighs. Take your legs up for the ceiling. Two more to each side. Both legs straight up, point. Legs over, big circle, legs apart, down together and up. Four more. Three. Two. And one more. Reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more. Pull the knees in. Good. Let's sit forward in whatever leg position you like. Good. Right ear reaches for the ceiling. And then back to center. Left ear for the ceiling. And I know that I'm doing the opposite. And then back to center. One more time, right ear for the ceiling. Center. Left ear. Center. Good. Let's stand up and do a roll down. Once you're standing, open through the chest, draw the abs in. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, roll yourself down to about hip height with the shoulders. Circling the arms for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the abs in even more as you inhale. And your exhale brings you back up even taller than before. And then you guys are all done. Good job. Thank you for practicing class with me today. I hope you enjoyed that.